How's it going, everyone? In this video, we're going to be trying to make our way into the World Series division in order to unlock about 500,000 stubs after taxes and everything like that. But to start this game off, we're going up against Justin Verlander. We have Bob Feller on the mound, and I flew out to the warning track with Cody Bellinger. Felt like that was a pretty good swing. Now we're in the bottom of the first inning. He has Babe Ruth up at the plate after getting a couple base knocks. One by Mike Trout up the middle. Chipper Jones sent one into the gap on kind of a jammed hit, but he was able to score on that sac fly right there from Babe Ruth. So now we got out of the inning. We're in the second inning, and he starts it off once again with a base hit. I was having a difficult time hitting Justin Verlander up until this point. I messed up a few at-bats and swung at some bad pitches, swung at some pitches over the middle of the plate, and missed them. This opponent is not missing anything. He is smacking the ball around the yard. He goes deep there with Mike Trout. He also is a top 50 player, so you know that he's going to be pretty good at the game when you throw breaking pitches like that over the middle of the plate. Even though I had good feedback, I completely missed the hoop, and that is going to be sent out for a home run. So now we are facing Willie Mays, and that one is also going to be sent out for a two-run shot. So we're in some trouble here, down 5-0 in our game for World Series. We're currently at 891 rating, and finally we're able to get on the board here early on in the game. I mean, still only the fourth inning. We have some time to come back. Now we're at the bottom of the fourth, and Chipper Jones is earning that run right back. So that is unfortunate. Anytime you give up a run after you score one, it's kind of deflating your momentum. Even though it is a video game, it still has somewhat of a momentum swing. Basically, he extends his lead here, 8-1 with the base hit up the middle. This is kind of a poor start. I mean, fifth inning already, halfway through the game, and I am down significantly by a few runs. So we go deep with Honus Wagner. That's going to be a big help as Pablo Sanchez was able to get on base, my creative player. Now you have Ted Williams up at the plate, and he's a pinch hitter. We're going to line out to left field, and we have had a couple of lineouts. The lineouts have gone pretty much both ways, except for the fact that the opponent has been able to pull more home runs than I've been able to have good swings by pulling the baseball. I've had more swings to center field, and the ones that he's had to center field have been base hits like that have been sneaking through the holes, and with my players diving and things like that, just was not able to get anything going on defense, really. I mean, as you can see here, Lou Gehrig messes up. I completely botched that play. I made a throw cancel decision there at the last second. I thought I might have a chance to get him at the plate. I probably should have just went and tried to throw the runner out at second. Anyway, we get a big double play right there facing Mike Trout. So we do have a chance in this game. I mean, we're down 6 runs in the 6th inning. No lead is safe in MLB The Show. I've been on the flip side of this where I've been up 9-3 and I blew it. And I've been on this side where I've made the comeback. So no lead is ever safe, and I always talk about that, but this is exactly why. I mean, we get something going here in this inning. We got a home run to lead it off, a base hit from Willie Mays. That's going to bring up Babe Ruth, and I'm really looking to get something going. I have been in a little bit of a slump recently with Babe Ruth, but my good swings like this where I'm trying to get under the ball, hit it really well for, a no-doubt home run, have not been able to get that result like I had been previously. I mean, I was hitting a couple home runs a game, it seemed like, with that Babe Ruth card. Now it seems like Jimmy Fox, guys like Willie Mays are stepping up for me in the middle of the lineup, as well as Lou Gehrig, Cody Bellinger, other guys I was not really getting as much production. As Lou Gehrig smacks that one into the gap, that's going to allow Willie Mays to score, as well as Jimmy Fox, 71 speed coming around the plate, and he is able to get in there. That was a pretty close play, but having a third baseman with a good amount of speed and power is nice. Here we go with Pablo Sanchez. He has the same swing as Ted Williams, and he sends one out for a 3-run shot. So finally I'm able to clutch up all in the 6th inning. Now we'll fast forward to the bottom of the 8th. We have a tie ball game. Mike Trout up once again, and he hits a laser beam for a home run. Would not have a chance to rob that. Couldn't even get out there to left field for that play. But here we are with Willie Mays down to our last out. Bottom of the 9th, actually top of the 9th with 2 down. We tie the game up. Now we're still in the top of the 9th. Very next batter, Babe Ruth, slider over the middle of the plate, and I lined that one out to center field. That was squared up. That was a good swing. I need those types of swings to be home runs in this situation. But in the following inning, we get an opportunity here, as he did not walk the game off. We get a chance here in the top of the 10th. Lou Gehrig smacks a double with 1 out. That's going to bring up Rogers Hornsby, who has been very good for me since I've kind of mixed around my second basemen. I put Roberto Alomar back in there. I put Jackie Robinson back in there. Both of those players have better fielding than Rogers Hornsby, but I wanted to try and get him back in the lineup there as he goes ahead and takes the lead in the top of the 10th. We still have one pitcher left. Billy Wagner is the final pitcher in the game, and that's not very good because he has Frank Thomas. He smacks a double into the gap with 1 down. If I was able to get that out, we're looking at a different situation. I had to go ahead and bring in Babe Ruth, who I was able to get an out with against Mike Trout, and he pops up to the catcher, Pablo Sanchez. The reason why I went to Babe Ruth is I had pretty good confidence with Billy Wagner. He gave up a leadoff double, and then all of a sudden he was in the yellow stamina, leaning towards the red stamina. That's because he was not fully rested when I put him in the game. However, this opponent is going to walk the game off with Chipper Jones, a 2-run shot to win it off of Babe Ruth, who I didn't really want to use in that situation, but I felt like if I was able to close it out against a really good opponent with Babe Ruth, that would have been awesome. But now we're able to get some points back, move up to 899. You saw I dropped down to 875. I actually lost another game right after that, 5-0. Just everything I hit was right to his fielders and right to center field for the most part. But I also didn't hit very well. I was limited to 2 hits. But in this one, we're playing for World Series, and Madison Bumgarner gives up a home run to Babe Ruth right away in this game. And that's all right, because most of the time I go down early in the game. I have had to make a lot of comebacks. Very next batter for my inning, the bottom of the 2nd there, we tie the game up to lead off the inning. So that's going to be amazing to start this inning off. We have Rogers Hornsby coming up, and that's exactly why I'm using him over Roberto Alomar as well as Jackie Robinson. Just has more power, has a great swing, and that defense is good enough at second base. But this guy could definitely hit as well. Had a very good record. The last opponent I played was a top 50 player. This guy had about 120 wins and 50 losses, somewhere in there. And that's a pretty good record. Anytime you can win two or three games to every loss, then you're pretty good at the game and you know what you're doing. So we're able to have kind of a back and forth game here so far. I was able to win a couple games to get the points back, but I did finish at 899 rating. So now we need to win this game. This opponent is already in the World Series as well, so we will get enough points. Obviously, we'll get more than enough, and we might even trade ratings depending on what his rating is in the World Series. I think it was at around 915 when I looked it up on MLB The Show Nation as I was playing. Just wanted to see if he was in the 700s, because if we ended up losing, then we would lose more points. Anyway, Madison Bumgarner, of all people, is hitting a 2-run shot. That's the 7th home run I've hit with Madison Bumgarner. And this game has pretty much been a home run derby. Just home runs left and right. Willie Mays goes deep. He had a chance to rob that one with Ken Griffey Jr. But here we go with Pablo Sanchez facing Raleigh Fingers. Bottom of the 6th, 1 out. I missed this one, and it was launched to right field. I thought for a second he was just trolling me out there and right and was going to camp under it. It actually goes off the top of the wall and for a home run, a solo shot. We get the lead up to 8-5, a 3-run lead. But this opponent has something cooking in this inning. This is probably the biggest defensive play I've had in a long time. Cody Bellinger gets that great animation. We get the relay, and we throw him out for the double play. Very next inning, top of the 8th, after I've shut him down for a handful of these innings, I was not able to locate too well. He gets a couple of seeing eye singles and some really solid hits in there as well. This opponent could definitely hit the baseball, and he is able to tack on 1 in that inning. Felt like I was able to limit him and minimize in that top of the 8th. However, Jimmy Fox is going deep for the 2nd time in this game. I mean, he gets the run right back as the opponent scored 1. So that's what I was talking about in the previous game. I was kind of on the flip side of this situation. Here in the top of the 9th, the opponent has his last chance, and he gets a blue base hit to start this inning off. He gets another base hit. I end up walking Honus Wagner on a pretty good pitch from Kenley Jansen. He hits a grand slam to tie the game up in the top of the 9th inning. I just could not believe it at this point. I mean, he only has 1 out. I don't really have much pitching left in this game either, and he goes deep with Babe Ruth. 2nd home run of the game for Babe Ruth. He hits one in the 1st inning, hits one in the 9th inning to take the lead. So now we're facing Andrew Miller. This is down to our last couple of outs. We smack one into the gap, and I thought this one was going to be caught by Babe Ruth out there. he's not able to make the play. So we have an opportunity to tie the game up. We got a leadoff double. We have to capitalize. I popped up with Willie Mays to the outfield. A useless out, but Babe Ruth is clutching up and smacking one into the gap. He's always comes through in the clutch for me whenever I need him, unless if I drop the PCI and miss the ball completely. But here in this situation, I had kind of an idea. I was second-guessing myself, but I wanted to kind of pinch hit for Jimmy Fox. I wanted to bring in Chipper Jones and play this matchup. I know if I don't win this game right now, then I'm going to be in trouble with the way my bullpen is set up. So even though Jimmy Fox has 2 home runs in the game, I'm going to Chipper Jones. I'm facing Kenley Jansen, and we're walking the game off for the World Series. We are able to get that 1 point that we need and the 500,000 stubs. So this is the 10th time I was able to make World Series this year. The only time I did not make World Series is the time when Craig Kimbrell was released. I simply didn't play enough games, and that was one of my better seasons, to be honest with you. I didn't have that many losses. The last few seasons, I've only lost a couple of games, and I should have been able to put myself in a better situation in order to win those games. Looking back, editing some of these videos, I realize when I make mistakes and pitches that I miss that are really crucial points in the game that I might not have necessarily realized in that moment at times. So thank you all for watching this video. I'm College Lefty, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.